Hello and welcome to another 40k battle report. Today my White Scars will be taking on Mike's Night Lords and we'll be playing a Maelstrom of War mission using the White Dwarf new Maelstrom rules. Here's my 2,000 points worth of White Scars for the battle today, consisting of 3 battalions. So for HQ units I have my captain on a bike with a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. He also has the Wrath of Heaven's Relic, and I've spent a command point to give him 2 Warlord traits, Chigorian Storm, which gives him plus D3 attacks on the charge or heroic, and Master of Snares, which gives you the opportunity to stop an enemy unit from falling back from combat. I also have another captain with a jump pack with a Mastercrafted Thunderhammer and a Storm Shield. I have 2 librarians, both with Force Staves and the Ride the Winds and Storm Wreathed powers. One has a jump pack and the Mantle of the Stormseer Relic, the other is in Terminator armour. I have a lieutenant with a Power Axe, Mastercrafted Bolter and a jump pack, and I have a chaplain with a jump pack, Crozius Arcanum and Bolt Pistol. So that are my 6 HQ choices. For troops, I have 3 units of 5 intercessors, 4 units of scouts, 2 with bolters, 1 with combat weapons and bolt pistols, and a unit of 5 sniper scouts with camel cloaks. I have 2 tactical squads, each with a missile launcher. For other choices, I have a unit of 10 Vanguard veterans at the back here, 5 with 2 lightning claws and 5 with 2 chainswords. I have a Thunderfire Cannon, I have 2 units of 3 Scout Bikers, I have an Attack Bike with a Multi-Melter, and I have a Storm Talon with Twin Assault Cannon and 2 Heavy Bolters. The Attack Bike with the Multi-Melter is basically there because I had the points left over and I didn't really have anything else to spend them on. So, quite a troops heavy army, quite infantry heavy. Couple of units I thought I'd try out again, taking the Storm Talon, the Attack Bike and the Sniper Scouts to see if they will add anything to my White Scars. So this is a list I've sort of been playing around with for a while, the main core, and we'll go on and see what Mike has taken for today's game. Here we have Mike's 2,000 points of Night Lords that he's going to be running today as a double battalion. Do you want to take us through your list?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm using some of the stuff from the new Faith and Fury that's out in a couple of weeks.
Yes, Mike has been in the dark areas of the internet and has got some interesting rules he wants to try out.
Yeah, so Goonhammer have done a preview already of some of the strats and stuff, so I'm just going to use some of the strats and traits and relics and such. Anyway, I'll take you through what we've got. So it's a double battalion. We have a battalion with the Lord Discordant, the Master of Possession. The wings are just for show, he is on foot. We've got Cursed Earth, which is the +1 invuln to demons, and we've got Infernal Power, which is reroll 1s to hit and wound for demons as well. They have 30 cultists in tow, 3 Mauler Fiends, as well as a unit of 9 Khorne Possessed, with a Icon of Wrath so they can reroll charges. We then have a second battalion, and this is where things get really interesting. It's a Host Raptorial. I'll take you through what that does. So we've got a Chaos Lord jump pack and the Relic Night Lord claws from the original book. We have a Chaos Lord jump pack and a hammer. The Hammer Lord is the Warlord, so he can fall back and charge.
Ooh.
And he's -1 to hit in combat as well.
I mean, my entire army can do the fall back and charge thing. Don't see what's so special about that.
And his relic is he's got a 2-up save and always counts as being in cover.
Oh,
which is a really nice
that's
relic.
very handy. Good against the Doctrines, if he can be targeted.
Absolutely. We also have the other Chaos Lord. He's got the relic clause, as I say. I paid CP for Field Commander, so in a 6-inch buff aura, any jump infantry have +2 to their charge from that detachment, which is really, really useful. We then have 10 Warp Talons. These guys are Zeech. I'm going to do some invuln buff shenanigans, as you'll see later on. And then we have a unit of 14 Khorne Raptors with an icon, so they can reroll charges as well. And finally, a Dreadclaw drop pod to maybe transport the possessed. Who knows?
Very nice. Yeah, Mike's quite a competitive player, quite a very good tournament player. In fact, he just beat me at a tournament last weekend in the only game I lost. So his list is a bit more casual,
Yeah.
I think, today. So, he's got some Raptors, but he wanted to try out some new Night Lord stuff.
Yeah.
Some of which the stratagems, as you say, it's been previewed already, so we're going to give it a go. It might not be entirely accurate by the time the book comes out, but we're here for a fun game, and we'll talk through some of them as the game goes on and when they come up. We've already talked about a few of them, and oh boy, some of them are interesting, let's say. So we'll be playing off against the Night Lords today. Kinda wish I'd brought my Dark Angels today after seeing what you've done with your bases there. I think we need to get some revenge for that. So these will be the Night Lords, and we'll come back to you with the mission we're playing and the deployment we're going through for this game. Here we have the battlefield and the deployment for today's game. We are playing a modified version of Cleanse and Capture. So we're going to be doing 3 cards per turn using the new Maelstrom rules, but we're using the sort of chapter-approved 2018 deployment. So Mike won the roll-off for deployment side and chose the far side, and then I deployed first. So I put my Storm Raven, Thunderfire Cannon, a couple of support characters back here, my Sniper Scouts, Missile Launcher and a unit of Intercessors there. I've got another unit holding the backfield here. My Scout Bikers up front with a couple of units of Intercessors and my main character force, and then my Scouts I just put aggressively ahead, as I should hopefully be getting the first turn, allowing me to go onto objectives if I need to. In reply, Mike's spread out his Mauler Fiends across the board with his Lord Discordant there, his Cultists sitting back and holding some objectives. I should mention that for reserves I put my big unit of 10 Vanguard Veterans and my Terminator Librarian, and Mike's put his Dreadclaw pod, his Raptors, his Possessed are in the pod, I believe, and a couple of units of Raptors, or
1 big unit of 14.
Yeah, and what's the other squad, sorry?
Warp
Warp
Talons.
Talons. Sorry, I don't recognise most of these units from the game. So, deploying pretty aggressively. For those of you that are unaware of the new Maelstrom rules, we have used them once before, but basically it introduces an element of deck building. So what we've both done is we've chosen 18 cards from the deck, no duplicates. So unfortunately for me, I can only get 1 of each secure, because I'm a big fan of going after them. The way it works is, on our first turn, we draw 5 cards and we activate 3. So we can choose which 3 to use. We're allowed to keep 1 of them secret from our opponent, which is useful. And then at the end of your turn, how this varies is you can choose to discard any, not just 1. So if you draw a really bad hand, which hopefully shouldn't be feasible, the way the rules work. And there's also some interesting stratagems for like taking cards from your discard pile, looking ahead to the cards you're going to draw and choosing which ones, which order they're placed in. So what this should hopefully do is take a bit of the variability out of the Maelstrom game. I quite like it because one of the most complaints about Maelstrom is that it is just too random and victory is decided by the cards order, which is true in a way, but this removes a lot of the random element, allows you to deck build based on your opponent's army, and gives you much greater control over which cards to play. So in theory, a game lasting 6 turns, you should be able to score all 3 per turn, up to 18, as well as First Strike, Line Breaker and Slay the Warlord. So hopefully this will give us quite an interesting game. A lot of jump infantry going against each other. Not a lot of long-range firepower on both sides, and hopefully it'll be decided by going after the objectives and going after the Maelstrom cards. So we'll come back to you with whoever gets the first turn, which is hopefully me. That's the deployment, that's the mission, and at the moment I will be choosing to take the first turn. So the White Scars are going to choose to go first. I have informed Michael that we do not allow seizing on the channel, but he's seen it before and he's played me before, so he knows that's not true. So we will be seeing.
Here we go.
No, that's a 5. So I will choose to take the first turn. That was very close for me, a little too close. Seeing as I was quite aggressive with my scouts, you're probably going to die, but I really don't want those. Really didn't want those Molophiends getting free kills and his Lord of Scorn, and a chance to slow them down with my Tremor Shells would be nice. So I'll come back to you with the cards that I decide to draw for my first turn. So my first turn, I drew these, well, I chose to activate these 3 cards, and I drew. So this is what I drew in total for my turn. Not amazing, not terrible. So I will choose to activate Secure Objective 1, which I'm currently sitting on, behind enemy lines, which I could potentially score bigger in future turns, but nah, I'll just go for it. And I'll choose to activate this card as well, which I will keep secret, which you're allowed to do in this mission. And then I'll redraw another 3 cards in my hand, so I should have 5 in my hand. So those are the objectives I'm going for this turn, and we will come back to you with my movement phase. End of my movement phase, my scouts on the right here advance forward, the scout bikers and my characters moving up, the librarian advancing to get into smite range, the squad of scouts moving backwards, the Storm Talon moving up and over to the enemy deployment zone. The scouts here moving backwards, I was planning to advance them to screen the Molophiend and get into his deployment zone to get me D3 for behind enemy lines, but I didn't roll high enough. I only rolled a 2 in my advance, so I would need to charge it in order to tie it up, and that's probably just suiciding them. So I'll only get 1 point for Scour the Skies, and sorry, for behind enemy lines, apologies, for behind enemy lines. Because this unit could probably charge in, and if I could have got the 3rd unit, that would have got me D3, but it's not worth the risk. And at least moving back stops him from being able to charge me in his first turn, thanks to the movement. So, Psychic Phase, we will start off with a. Not really much worth casting at the moment, because none of them will last till the end of my turn. So, we'll just go for a Smite to start with on the Librarian. He gets it off on a 5. You can't block it. So the cultists will take 2 wounds. So 2 wounds for the cultists. And then we will start with the shooting phase. We'll come back and see what my forces can do. So we'll start the shooting phase. We will put some of the firepower into the Molophiend. We're going to put the multi-melter from the attack bike into the Molophiend, and we'll put the bolters into the Chaos Space Marines who are in range there. So the multi-melter will be hitting on 3s even though it moved thanks to White Scars, re-rolling 1s. That's a hit. It's toughness
7.
7, so that will be wounding on a 3. Nope, that's a 1. Do I want to CP re-roll that? Yeah, let's go ahead because I've got 15 to spend, so we'll CP that. And I get a 3. That is a wound at -5, but you'll get your 5 up invuln.
5 up invuln.
Nope. That will be D6 damage. Let's use a nice red dice for the damage. 4. That's 4 wounds from the Molophiend. How many do they have remaining?
8 left.
8 left. We will do some more firepower and come back to you with the results of my attacks. Pretty good round of shooting so far. It started off, well, the multi-melter did manage to get 4 wins in this. I thought I was in trouble. Both missile launchers fired into the same Molophiend. One failed to hit, the other failed to wound, so I thought I was in trouble there. Over here, bikers firing at the Chaos Marines and the intercessors managed to wipe out the Chaos Marines here. A couple of cultists died. Over here, some more firepower, killing off a couple of the, or 5 of the cultists. Some firepower from the snipers and the intercessors at the backfield into the Chaos Marines over here killed them. And the Storm Talon targeting the other unit of Chaos Marines and killing them as well. The only unit left to fire is my Thunderfire Cannon. everything else is fired. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my CP. So I'm going to spend 3 CP, taking me down to 11 remaining. I'm going to use 2 CP to fire twice with the Thunderfire, and I'm going to use 1 CP on Tremor Shells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target the Lord Discordant and this Mauler Fiend in order to halve their movement, advance and charge. And the reason to do this is the other 2 can't really get into range to charge anything in his turn, but these 2 potentially could. So I'm going to hopefully, although he could go after the scouts if he chooses to, but I'd rather he sent them after the scouts than getting into my lines, which would be frustrating. So that's what we're going to do. So we're down 3 CP. And we're going to fire in at the first at the Lord Discordant, getting, wow, 3, 6, 9, 11 shots. Couldn't really have gone better unless I got 12. So 11 shots into the Lord Discordant, but I am -1 to wound thanks to Tremor Shells. So 11 shots hitting on 2s and re-rolling 1s because the captain's nearby. So he is Tremor Shelled. He's definitely Tremor Shelled. So strength 5, I would be wounding on 5s, but I'm now wounding on 6s. And re-rolling 1s, thanks to having another 10 there. So that's 3 -2, thanks to the Doctrine.
So 4 up.
That's 2. 2 taken from the Disco Lord, and then we'll do the firepower into the other Mauler Fiend. So Thunderfire Cannon didn't do any wounds on the Mauler Fiend, but did manage to hit. So the Mauler Fiend and the Lord Discordant are now down to half movement, which should help prevent them from getting to my lines. So with that, we will move on to the charge phase, and the only charge will be the scouts going into your cultists over here. So for a bit of Overwatch fire, they all have pistols.
Yeah, all pistols. No hits.
No hits.
Reroll 1s, sorry, because the Lord's
Yep,
there.
Lord's there, so reroll 1s. No hits. Don't need much of a charge because I chose to advance them rather than shooting. Yeah, 7's enough to get in. So we'll move them and come back to you with the fight phase. So the scouts make it in. Interestingly, what Mike just pointed out, which I wasn't actually aware of, Tremor Shells only have an effect in your opponent's movement phase, so any charges are unaffected. For some reason I thought it was all charges and movement, so that's an interesting one to watch out for. Thankfully I don't think I've used it yet in this game, but it'll certainly help because he might be able to go after the scouts with the Mauler Fiend or the Lord Discordant, but that'll at least waylay him for a turn, which would be very handy for me. But the scouts managed to make it in 7-inch charge. I didn't go too far because I don't want to make it too easy for you to get a charge off. At least, well, the Lord will get in easy enough. We'll do the attacks with the scouts now. So that's going to be 12 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wow. I was saying to Mike, my rolling, apart from those missile launchers, my rolling has been quite uncharacteristic for me. Yeah. It's been amazing. Wounding on 3s. That's slightly better. 2, 4, 6 wounds coming through, but still enough to cause a lot of damage to them.
1 safe.
Yep, so 5 die.
5 die, and we're on a 7 for morale. So.
Yep. So, yep, and then we'll do our... Do you want to leave him out there?
Yeah, we'll just pile in that
that's
way.
fine. So, we'll do the attacks back.
We have Cultist Leader for 3, and 2 for everybody else.
That's a lot of attacks.
Yeah, it's because they got
nice.
extra attack for their combat weapon. Rerolling the 1 for this guy.
Yep.
No death to the False Emperor.
Oh, real shame. 5s though.
Oh yeah.
That is 3 wounds though.
Take that.
Oh, this could be problematic for my scouts.
Ooh.
I lose 2. So the scouts do die to that, but I won't need a morale test because I'm leadership 8. So I believe that's the end. I've got no more combat, so we're doing morales.
Yeah, so these fellas lost 7, leadership is 6. They are gone.
Yep, so they are gone. This squad here lost 5.
5, leadership is 6. 9, so 3 more run.
3 more run. And the lone Chaos Space Marine lost 4 of his squad.
Need a 4 or lower, he's fine.
He is fine. So, at the end of my turn, I will score Secure Objective 1, because I'm sitting on it. I will get behind the enemy lines, and Psychological Warfare was the card I kept hidden. Just so that in case I didn't do enough damage or wiped out, I didn't want Mike using his CPs to pass him. I almost got D3 for it because you did fail 2.
Yeah, almost.
50% chance of failing with that guy, or no?
Yeah, 50.
Well, 4 would a 4 have failed? No, a 4 would have passed, so about 1/3, sorry, chance of failing it. So, along with first strike, that will give me 4 points at the end of my first turn, and I would think quite a successful first turn for the White Scars.
Yeah, that was alright.
It was a lot of good firepower.
I wasn't expecting you to lose so many Chaos Space Marines.
No, the Chaos Space Marines did very poorly. They melted.
Yeah.
Quite well. Although I did get, I should say, the snipers fired into them. I did manage to get 3 mortal wounds, or 2 or 3 mortal wounds on them, so that did not help matters. And the AP -2 helps as well. That managed to kill a few more. Yeah. Oh, sorry, -1 because of the Doctrine. In effect. So yeah, good turn. We will see what cards Mike chooses to play and what he's going to do for his turn. So in Mike's turn, he drew his 5 cards, and then this is what he chose to activate. So Master of the Warp, and the Warp is your ally, so basically you'll score them if he can cast a Psychic Power. Which is, how many powers can he cast?
2, because he's inch, I can spend a CP to cast a 3rd.
So I can only deny 1 if he even gets in range, so he's probably going to get that. He may even get the D3 for it. And 1 he has chosen to remain hidden, which I had to leave the room for, because apparently he had to do something, either a roll or something. He didn't tell me, but we trust him.
Yeah.
We trust him. So, yeah, good draw cards. He'll probably get first strike as well, because these scouts are just sitting next to a Chaos Lord and a Mauler Fiend. Even at half move, I think there's a good chance there. So we'll come back with the movement phase that Mike decides to do with the Night Lords. End of Mike's movement phase. The lone Chaos Space Marine advancing backwards to help screen out his backfield a little. The Chaos Lord moving up towards the Flyer, hoping to use his jump pack. The Master Possession moving towards here, where the Mauler Fiend and the Lord Discordant moving up slightly. The Cultists deciding to have a go against the Scouts, moving up here. One of the Mauler Fiends advancing, but only advancing an inch. The other one advancing an inch, but Mike choosing not to push him forward and hold him back there. He did measure up, so his Master Possession is out of range of my Librarian, so I won't be denying him, but he can use his stratagem to get another Warp power off, so he'll be able to cast 3 for Master of the Warp. So that will be good for him. So we'll move on to the Psychic phase then.
Yep.
What are we going to start with?
We'll kick off with a Smite. Oh, that's an interesting point actually.
We'll check who's close enough.
Just under 12.
So 12 inches
Over
away.
12.
Yeah, so we'll go on to the Flyer.
Good, that's what I was hoping for.
It was.
So, Smite. That is an 8.
Yep, so that goes off and does 2 mortal wounds on my Flyer.
Cool.
Taking it down to 8. So that's 1 power, so he's got Master of the Warp, he's got the Warp as your ally.
Yep. I'm going to do Cursed Earth, which is +1 to 8.
Did you mention which... Oh, you did mention which powers you took at the start.
Yes.
Yeah. So Cursed Earth, which is
Cursed
+1 to demon saves.
Yeah, it's a 7 this one.
That's a 2, so that's a Perils, unless you CP it.
And CP in it, I'd need a 6 in order to get that. I am going to CP it though.
Yeah, it's probably not worth the wounds.
Not worth the wounds.
Even if it doesn't go off.
Snipers around.
Nope, so he doesn't Perils, but he does fail, so he won't be getting his 3 for Master of the Warp, unfortunately.
And there's no point spending a CP to cast another, because I can't.
Yep, so he will get those 2, so that's 2 points at least. He'll probably get 1 for first strike, and I don't know what his hidden card is, because it's hidden.
It's hidden.
That's how that works, so we'll see if he gets that as well. But unfortunate, I was imagining that sorcerer would going to get 3, but
oh well.
That's the way the dice goes sometimes. So we'll move on to the shooting phase, which will be exceedingly brief. I imagine there's not much in your army to shoot, but 2 wounds down on this Storm Talon, so this Chaos Lord is looking to charge in and do some damage and hopefully take that out. Shooting phase, I should not have disparaged those cultists. They opened fire on the scouts, actually managed to kill 2 of them quite well. The Lord throwing a crack grenade into the Flyer, but I made my armour save. The Lord Discordant firing at the Flyer, getting 2 hits and then failing to wound on a 3+, rolling a 1 or 2. So not a great start for Mike's shooting phase, but hopefully his combat phase will do better. So very quick shooting phase. Not a lot of damage, although might be enough. So we will go into the charge phase. So the Lord is going to go into the Flyer, I presume.
Yep.
We'll do the Overwatch off camera. Over here, Who's going to go where?
Cultists will go in.
Cultists, just the cultists?
You know what, we'll take him in as well, because I failed the power. I won't have the +1 in bubble.
That's fine.
So he will go in first.
So Lord Discordant is going to attempt to go in.
I'll just roll for it.
Don't know what he needs, but...
Not
four's not enough. Four's not enough, probably.
Do I want to CP it?
You'll need at least a 6, I think.
6, so I need a 4 up. Not going to.
No, the cultists can probably... And the cultists...
Cultists...
Also go for it. That's probably enough.
Probably enough, yeah.
It's just enough, so yeah. Do you want to switch? You want to use my dice? I never thought in all my days I would offer that to an opponent, but my dice have been rolling hot today. So the cultists go in. We will do the Overwatch that we have to do. You will need to roll for your Chaos Lord as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to use a CP to give myself +2 to charge.
Yep.
So I'm wholly in terrain. And +1 to hit as well, which is important for Thunderhammer.
Excellent. So we don't play the creator rules, or I don't play the creator rules, so he won't be needing much to get in. But the way your rolling's been, okay, 10's enough.
12.
12. So that will be more than enough to get in.
Yeah.
We'll move that. We'll do the Overwatch, and we will come back with the fight phase.
Yeah.
For the Overwatch, mentioned did do 1 wound on the Lord Discordant, but he made his armor save. Thankfully, that would have been annoying. Put a grenade into the cultist, 5 shots, but didn't get any hits. Shouldn't have made that crack about my dice, because 18 shots on the flyer, not a single hit for the Lord, but I think that's fair after your shooting phase.
Yeah, probably.
So we will start the fight phase with the... Well, I don't think it matters. I'm not spending 2 CP to interrupt with a scout. Definitely not spending it to interrupt with a flyer. So will we do the Lord first on the flyer?
Yeah, might as well.
So he gets +1 to hit, so you'll be hitting on...
Hit 2s.
2s?
Yeah, because of the -1 from the Thunderhammer.
Yes, yeah, so they cancel each other and it doesn't matter, you can't hit on better
I'm
than
going to
2
spend
anyway.
a CP for veteran, so +1 to wound.
Okay.
So I really want this thing to die.
Yep, so what does he have? Scour of the Skies or Blood and Guts? Let's see which his hidden card is.
So 5 attacks, hitting on 2s.
And that's a bonus one?
Yeah, I'll reroll the 1.
Yep.
Okay, and then we've got the bonus from
He's got a Death to the Foster Emperor.
Hits.
Yep, so that is... I love that. 5 attacks, 6 hits.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to love Chaos. I'm not sure if your dice are showing up fine, but we can tell you what they are anyway. So wounding on 2s, I
2s
presume?
now, yeah. So we have 4 at -3.
4 at -3, so I will be hitting... I wouldn't be needing 6s. These will be doing 3 damage each. And I have 8 wounds remaining, so you have to put 3, at least 3 through.
3 through. I'm going to CP all 1.
Are you sure?
Well, if you roll 2 6s here, I've got a big issue.
You'll be annoyed if I roll 2 6s, but...
I'm going to CP.
Okay, I'm happy. You're burning through your CP.
Boom. So that's 1.
So that's 5. So if I roll 3 6s now, we may have to turn off the camera for some expletives.
Just going to leave.
Oh no, only 1. So that is dead. Does it blow up? Here's where I'm looking for another 6. No, it doesn't blow up. So the flyer is now dead. And we'll see if the cultists can finish off my lone scout now. In the other fight, the cultists actually failing to do any wounds on the scout sergeant, which was unfortunate. Then... attacks back, managing to kill 1, but I am wrapped in combat. I won't need a morale test because I didn't lose enough. So I think that's the end of the turn. No morale because I didn't really lose enough of anything. You will score 1 point for Master the Warp. You will score the Warp as your ally. You will also get First Strike thanks to your...
Yes, Lord.
Lord?
You ready?
He's the only one. This was priority orders, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the
Killer
Dark
unit.
God. Which was... no, fail a morale test. Oh, was destroyed. Oh, was destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, nice play. Nice play there. I don't know what you were looking up then. What were you looking up before? That's nice. So that's going to be 3 points for that plus First Strike and 4 for that, taking it to 7 points to my... What was I on? 3? I want to say.
3?
No, at 4 because I scored all 3 of my cards. So yeah, 7 points 3. A nice play there from Mike. That's why you didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, end of turn 1, that is 7 points going up to my 3. So I'm going to have to pull some back in this. Starting my second turn, from the cards in my hand, I'm going to take Supremacy and hold the line. and I'm going to activate this one as well, but keep it hidden. So, not a great draw, I must say, at the moment, especially with your 7 points. That's gonna help me suffer, but we will see what I can come up with on my turn with my movement. Oh, I should mention, I started my turn, I'm switching to the Tactical Doctrine. Last turn, my Chaplain failed to activate anything at all, really. So we will be going for this turn. Let's go with... Ooh, what do I want to do? Let's go with re-roll hits, because I don't think I need the +2 at my charges, because I've got basically everything in range that I need. So we'll go with re-roll hits, and he does activate that. So whatever that litany's called, or canticle. My Chaplain gets a 6-inch aura of all re-roll hits. Turn 2, my Scout Bikers move backwards to screen out some of my lines from the enemy's units coming in. The Tactical Squad spreading out a bit to do the same. The other unit of Scout Bikers and the Chaplain moving up. The Librarian staying there out of range of his Psyker to stop me blocking it. The Attack Bike bravely sacrificed himself to move up. The unit of Combat Scouts advancing towards the Mauler-Fiend, while the Captain using his Relic Jet Bike to jump over and to potentially go in there and do some damage. So we will see how effective it can be in this turn. So we will start with the Psychic Phase. I'm going to do Ride the Wind on the Chaplain to give him +2 to his charge and other stuff. So I casting value 6, but I've got the Mantle of the Stormseer, so I'll be getting +1. That will be casting on a 5, which I get with 11, but I don't perils because it's not a natural 12. That's fine. And then we'll go for a smite. No, I meant that was my smite.
Yeah,
that was my smite. So sure. We'll go with smite then, which hopefully, if I roll the exact same again, would be wonderful. I don't roll a 10. No.
You get +1, don't you?
Not only for not for smite, only for my powers. So only for the storm speaking discipline.
Yeah. Cool.
So that is unfortunate. The closest will be the Mauler-Fiend, I believe, or no, might. Oh no, it would be the cultist.
It would be the cultist.
Ah, okay, that was a mistake, but it doesn't matter. I will kill 2 of them.
Ow.
I will kill 2 of the cultists. So that is unfortunate. I was hoping that would go into the Mauler-Fiend. So, shooting phase, we will move on to that. I'm moving a bunch of units back because I want to screen out, and I don't really, most of my firepower will have to target the Mauler-Fiends because I really don't have much left that can, there's really not much left in your army that's worth shooting at with them. Annoyingly, I should have moved him over because I thought I would be targeting the Mauler-Fiend, but I forgot about the cultists. It's not a shooting attack. But I was hoping to take a few wounds off him. Shooting phase, we will start though with the multi-melter going into the Mauler-Fiend, and the bolters will go into the 2 cultists there to try and finish them off. So the multi-melter will be hitting.
Mm-hmm.
It will be wounding on a 5. No, and it will be going through, and this will be 2d6, pick the highest.
Yep.
That is 6, so that is 6 wounds from the Mauler-Fiend.
3 left.
It's pretty effective, and then we'll do some more firepower off camera, and then come back to you with the results. Shooting phase, as you can see, the Mauler-Fiend was slain. I think the Scout Bikers fired in, managed to do a great number of wounds. Did like 7 wounds on him, taking him down. Again, both missile launchers doing nothing. Absolutely butt kiss. But thanks to the 6 wounds from the multi-melter, doing okay. The intercessors, no, the snipers actually, managing to finish him off with a mortal wound because unfortunately I wasn't in range of anything else to shoot at. Firepower over here, taking 1 Mauler-Fiend down to 7 wounds. Mostly thanks to the extra AP of the Doctrine, the Tactical Doctrine, doing so AP -2 on my intercessors was doing a lot of work. Last units to fire is the Thunderfire Cannon. I am going to spend 1 CP, taking me down to 10. I've never had this many left on turn 2 of a game, mostly because I haven't been charging anything yet. 1 CP to Thunderfire Cannon, his backfield Mauler-Fiend, to hopefully stop its charge coming off. So this is going to be 4 D3 shots That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots in at the Mauler Fiend, and I'm using tremor shells. So it's hitting on 2s, all hit, so he is half movement. Wounding on 6s, re-rolling 1s, thanks to my lieutenant there. So that's 2 wounds at -1.
2 -1. Takes 1.
He takes 1, so that's fine. He'll heal that up next turn.
Yep.
But it does half his movement and helps to stop, potentially stop him getting to my captain, which will be nice. I think that's more what I want. So with that done, we will go into the charge phase. They don't have any firepower, do they?
No.
No. So the captain, I think, and the scouts are going to put a charge into the Mauler Fiend, hopefully just to act as a screen. Over here, we're going to put some charges in from my chaplain and my scouts into the cultists to hopefully help finish them off. I'll probably lose them to the Lord Discordant next turn. The attack bike is not going anywhere because he'll just die if he tries to go in to anyone. Although I could send him after your Master Possession, but he won't kill him. He probably won't kill anyone, but it might force you to go after me if I can get...
The problem is he'd probably heroically intervene.
If I roll high enough.
If you roll high enough.
Well, I think I need to roll pretty damn high anyway, so he could heroically intervene. I'll measure it up and see, but we'll start off with the charges I know are going in. So to start charging, I'm going to spend 1 CP, taking me down to 9 on Fierce Rivalries with the captain. So this allows me to roll... I've never actually used this one before, despite how useful it is, because normally I have the bonus to charge on them. So this is 3d6, picks the 2 highest. I need a 7-inch charge for my captain. And yeah, 12. That's a 12. I think he's in. We will go with the scouts to join him. Scouts get 7. That's enough to get in as well. So the chaplain needs an 8-inch charge on the cultist, but he has +2, so I need a 6 to get in. Which I do, just. So he will get in, and we will do the bikers as well. The bikers need an 8 to get in on the cultists. And the bikers make it in with a 9. That's pretty good charge phase. So we'll move the chargers, come back to the fight phase. So the chargers get in, the bikers get in, the chaplain gets in, up in the rocks there, hoping to keep himself free from the Lord Discordant. For the moment, who can't climb rocks. He's no good at it, even though he's got the big legs. So we will start over here with the captain going into the Mauler Fiend. He will get +D3 attacks for Chigorian Storm, getting 2. So that takes him up to 7. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. Yep. That's all hits. Then wounding on 3s. That is 5 wounds, doing 3 damage apiece. So what's your invulnerable save?
5.
Ooh. So I need at least 3 of these to go through.
Yeah.
Let's do what you did. Let's CP one of these. And it goes through, so that is me down to 8 CP, which is still an unbelievable amount for this stage of the game, and 6 wounds.
It's worth it because even if he's degraded, he still hits on 4s.
I believe it is worth it to kill him, yes.
But I'm going to roll 4 5s anyway.
No, you are not. It's 6 wounds. I got 6 through.
I'm going to roll 4 5s anyway. That's 3.
So 3's enough to kill him.
Thing you,
that is a very good thing I did that.
He is gone. I'm not going to CP one of those.
Okay.
Tempted as I am, please blow up.
That's
cocked.
Oh, he does. What does it do?
Just D3.
Just D3. Okay. That's unfortunate.
So these scouts.
Scouts take 2.
And your warlord
takes 2 as well. That is most unfortunate. You sure you don't want to CP that?
I think I'm alright.
So that is that phase. We'll do the rest and see what remains. Other combat, did manage to kill out the cultists, but it was a close thing after the scout bikers kind of fluffed all their attack. Well, they hit with
3 wounds.
Yeah, they got 3 wounds out of like 9 attacks because they fluffed a lot of the wound rolls, but they were able to finish it up, and I consolidated this lone sergeant in to hopefully tie him up or stop him getting through. So at the end of my phase, again, moving the scouts up to screen the Mauler Fiend over here. Hopefully doing some work there. I may readjust them actually, we'll see. But at the end of my turn, I will score D3 points for Supremacy for 2. and I will score Hold the Line, and I will also ditch Scour the Skies, because I don't think I'm getting that. And I have better cards next turn to draw on. So that gives me 3 points this turn, taking it to 7 points to 7, going into Mike's turn 2. So the Night Lord's currently holding the lead, unless he has a horrendous deck of cards to draw. But it's a reasonably close game. I still have my reserves coming in, but Mike has all his reserves coming in. But I've done a decent job of screening them, because they can't really get anywhere close to me because of where my units are. So he either has to hold them off till his third turn, which is a lot of points to hold off.
It's half my army.
Half his army. Whereas I don't have as much in. So we'll see what he decides to do going into turn 2. In Mike's second turn, he has drawn Area Denial, Assassinate, and a super secret objective, which I am going to close my eyes now and turn over. Is that the right way up?
That's right, I've got it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the secret one, which I've closed my eyes. Pinky promise. So you can turn it back.
Yeah, I've done
so that is what he has to score this turn. So I think he could get Area Denial, at least get the 1 point.
Yeah.
I think he has to take out some scouts to get D3. But he's definitely getting the 1. Assassinate. We were just saying, I think I've probably suicided my Warlord for no good reason there. But we'll see. He could get that, potentially. And I don't know what the secret one is, obviously. So we will see how he decides to go forward and which of his reserves come in and what he's going to do with them. End of the movement phase, and there's a lot more blue on the board, which I do not approve of. Not into that sort of thing. So the Chaos Lord and the Lord Discordant moving up here. The Master Possession moving along. He didn't advance, did he? He did advance, okay. And then some reserves coming. The lone Chaos Space Marine slowly making his way back to start position. Molophine moving up only 5 inches, degraded. And then over here we brought in some Raptors.
Warp Talons.
Warp Talons, yes. Warp Talons. And our Chaos Lord.
Yep.
In the middle there, and then over here we bring in the Possessed and the Dreadclaw Drop Pod, hoping to do some charges, I guess, in here. So that is the movement phase done. Yeah, as I say, a lot more blue on the table, but then again, I've not really lost much. I've lost I haven't even lost the whole squad yet. Oh no, I did. I lost the flyer. But I haven't lost the squad. So, but Mike is currently, well, it's currently a drawn game, but after this round, he'll probably be in the lead again. Hopefully not by too much. I can catch up to him. Yeah. And we will come back with the Psychic phase for the Night Lords on turn 2. So Mike choosing to play just an amendment, Mike choosing to play some stratagems. On the Night Warp Talons, he's going to play one from the Vigilus book.
I think from the Host Rectorial. You play it when you set them up, and they just re-roll hit rolls until the end of the turn.
Very nice. I don't think you'll need it, but it's very nice.
Wow.
And any others?
Not currently. No.
Okay. Not playing any of the fancy new leaked ones, which I'm kind of glad about because, well, I can always blame it on the unofficial leaked rules if you beat me. Not that you've done that every other time you've beat me, but at least this time I can. So we'll go on to the Psychic phase, which might see some smites coming their way to clear out this scout screen.
That's an 8.
So Psychic phase, sorry, we're just chatting off camera. Starts off with the Cursed Earth. I don't think I'm in range. Did you check?
Yeah.
Definitely check. I'm definitely not in range. So Cursed Earth goes off. That does what?
+1 invuln to demon units. So
and they are Warp Talons.
These guys and this.
They are. He has demons.
They are demons.
And then
I can't remember what it's called. Reroll 1s to hit and wound with a demon unit.
Okay.
This is less relevant. It's also possibly a fail. I'll double check that.
Yep, we'll double check that. Just checking there, it was the Psychic Power's Infernal Power, and it does go off in a 6, so that is 2 successful. He's not. I thought I was smartly moving my scouts to avoid a smite hitting my captain, but he's not going to smite them either because he doesn't want to make his charge range longer. So, shooting phase.
Yeah, there's
done.
Shooting.
And no, got a few shots to go.
Yeah, we're gonna just chuck his autocannon into this biker.
Yep.
See if we can finish him off. That is 2 hits.
2 hits. 3's to wounds. No! He has done tremendous with that autocannon.
And then
He actually has done nothing so far. He's not been in combat at all.
Brick with his heavy stubber into this guy, along with his buddy, who will be in rapid.
Yep. Okay, so two lone cultists into the
Heavy
scout.
stubber. 2 hits, 4s.
No wounds.
And the auto gun.
1 hit. And 1 wound. Ooh, could this be? Could this be a dead scout and lots of failed charges over here? Let's hope so. Nope, he is dead.
Cool.
So that is a fail, and that makes the charge at least a little bit longer for the Lord over here and the Disco Lord Discordant. Although still 9-inch charge from these guys. Is that all you're shooting? You do have a bolter on your.
You're right. I do have a bolter. We're going to take that bolter into that guy. I did move.
That hits. It doesn't win though. Well, you weren't really expecting much from your shooting phase anyway. So now, should we just ignore the charge phase? Or?
I think I might need one, to be honest.
I think we might need one. So what are we thinking?
Well, we'll kick off over here with these guys. They need a 9 to get in to these.
Yep. So we'll do the Overwatch off camera. But it should be a 9, I think.
Yeah, I can't declare the chaplain.
Nope. Well, you can't climb rocks. We have decreed, so.
Just to say that.
The drop pod doesn't have any shooting attacks, does it?
It does, but it's 6-inch range.
Okay, so and it can move. It's one of these movable ones.
Move 15, yeah.
Lovely,
Pretty
lovely.
rapid. There will be some strats I'll be doing at the start.
That is fine.
We'll do that in a minute.
We'll
So we did 9. Okay.
Nope.
I can re-roll the charge with the icon of wrath.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll the charge.
You sure? I mean, it doesn't cost you
9,
anything.
please.
No, so they failed their charge, but I will be doing my Overwatch fire into them. I mean, if your entire charge phase goes like this, I will be more than happy.
This fella is going to charge the chaplain and these fellas.
Okay. I don't know what you need. 7's probably enough.
Probably enough. Yeah, that'd be enough.
Yeah.
Up there. Yeah.
7's enough to get him up to the chaplain.
And then we'll take the Lord Disco
Yep.
into
Who probably needs, what, a 7 as
these
well.
fellas.
That's a 9. That's definitely enough to get in. That is fine. He will move over there.
Cool.
So we'll do the Overwatch and then come back to you with some more charges. Scout Biker's actually doing some good Overwatch fire. Didn't have much effect, but I managed to get 2 wounds on the Possessed, but they saved it. Couple of wounds on the Lord, but he saved it as well. And then actually managed to take a wound from the Lord Discordant. I think I put 3 through, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
-1. Okay, we have some new shady stats. shady stats, which I'm trusting Mike. He's got a trusting face.
Yeah.
We will trust him for these leaks. We thought we'd give it a go.
Right.
So what's happening? Tell us what's happening.
I've set them up this turn. There is a Night Lord stratagem in the new book where a jump pack unit set up from reserve can roll 3d6 for their charge.
That's it. I mean,
They just get 3d6.
we were discussing that before. On any other army, we'd be like, that's ridiculous. That is so overpowered. On Chaos, you're like, yeah, that's fine.
That's alright.
I've seen your jump units. Unless it's like a Lord or something.
Yeah.
You're like, Lord with Thunderhammer. You're like, no, I think that's fair. That's okay. Okay, so I can't stop that. Why would I be able to? I have no vect.
Nope, no wrecked.
So they're going to put a charge into both
Scouts and the captain.
Yeah, so unfortunately I wasn't able to pile in enough to get him out of range, so he's hoping to go into the scouts and then pile in to take on my captain. But you do need a 9 on 3d6.
Plus 2. Because we've got the Warlord Host Raptorial that gives
Oh, okay.
Raptorial units plus 2 to charge.
Okay, so unless you are horrifically bad. Okay.
So that is
So you would have made it anyway.
9
That's a 9.
plus 2.
That's 11.
I'm just thinking...
So sorry, just off camera, Mike decided to CP the 1 so he could get more guys into contact with my Warlord and then rolled another 1. So he has he's an 11-inch charge, which should allow him to get a few in, thanks to the range, but not as many as he would like. So we will come back with the fight phase after he's moved everyone in. Yeah, rest of the charges. The Warp Talons stop me from firing Overwatch the turn they arrive. So all the squads managing to get in and declaring a multi-charge on both units there. and these guys getting in over here. So where are we going to begin?
We'll kick off with...
Right, we are going to start the fight phase with the Chaos Lord into the Chaplain. He's not wanting to risk me killing him, which would be a tall order, but it could be doable. So hitting on
threes.
Threes, sorry.
On the hammer.
That's all hit.
And twos.
Twos to wound. That is 4 wounds. So 2 of these must go through.
Yep.
Or else I will die, because it's 3 damage apiece.
Yes.
Yes, and I have 4 wounds, I believe. So 4 up Invan with my Rosarius.
Oh.
And I make 3 of them. Do I want... The Lord Discordant cannot attack him,
no.
I believe. That's 3, but it only leaves me on 1. I don't think I need the CP elsewhere at the moment, because my captain... If you attack my captain, he's going to die anyway. So... Do you know what? I think I will CP that, because I think keeping him on full wounds to fall back and potentially do some damage on other units would be more useful, and it means Overwatch will be less risky. So, no. that was... So, I'm down to 7 CP, and he has 1 wound remaining.
Okay, cool.
Next up, Lord Discordant going into...
Into those Scout Bikers.
Yep.
He's got 5 attacks on the charge with his Chain Glaive.
Yep.
5s will explode. He's rerolling 1s for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So we get 1 extra for that 6.
Yep.
And then strength 8.
So 3s.
3s. So that is 4 minus 2, 2 damage
4
each.
minus 2, so any fails, probably enough to finish them, but let's see, I might get lucky. No, they die. They are all dead, so that is a dead Scout Bike unit.
Just pile it that way.
And he will pile in round there, so we will do some more attacks. So moving to the combat over here, allegedly the Night Lords have a new stratagem called... I don't know what it's called, but basically you can pick a unit and stop them from falling back.
Yeah.
So similar to Master Snares, but no roll off. So what I think he wants to do is either keep the scouts alive or keep the captain alive, so that he doesn't basically take all the firepower from my army, essentially. So what he's going to do is he's going to start attacking with the Mauler Fiend on his base profile.
Yeah.
So that is how many?
5, because I charged.
5 attacks.
Shock Assault is not optional, so you have to have an extra attack with it. So we are hitting on 3s.
Oh, hit. And a death to the couple of deaths to the False Emperors.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Nah.
So
We have
4
saves, please.
at the scouts. Any minuses?
No minus.
1 dies.
Okay, that's a good start.
So I do want the scouts to die. You either have to attack and kill everything, or keep my captain alive.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'll be able to fall back and open fire, light you up.
So the Lord will go into the scouts again, using his very base attacks.
Cheese, utter
Now,
cheese.
I probably shouldn't have charged with the Lord, and that would have assured
Yes.
what I wanted, but mistakes were made. Okay,
He gets to reroll.
I'm not going to.
He must. No, he
can.
doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But you do get a death to the False Emperor.
Once again, it's optional.
Oh, we're doing all the cheesy interpretations
cheesy.
today.
What?
Please comment below on Mike's cheese. His utter cheese fest.
Hey, I'm playing Night Lords, it's okay. And then strength 4.
1 wound.
1 wound, no AP.
Do I have to take a save? Can I? Can I play your game? He's saved. He's saved.
Right. So,
I mean, I'm totally okay if you don't want to kill my lord and my scouts.
Well-
I'm totally on board with that situation. So we're going to do some consolidations and attacks here.
Yeah.
And we're going to see much more cheese on display.
Much more.
Much more cheese on
Trust
display from Mike here. So moving to the combat over here, allegedly the Night Lords have a new stratagem called... I don't know what it's called, but basically you can pick a unit and stop them from falling back.
Yeah.
So similar to Master Snares, but no roll off. So what I think he wants to do is either keep the scouts alive or keep the captain alive, so that he doesn't basically take all the firepower from my army, essentially. So what he's going to do is he's going to start attacking with the Mauler Fiend on his base profile.
Yeah.
So that is how many?
5, because I charged.
5 attacks.
Shock Assault is not optional, so you have to have an extra
It's
attack
not.
with it. So we are hitting on 3s.
Oh, hit. And a death to the false, couple of deaths to the false emperors.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Nah.
So
We have
4
saves, please.
at the scouts. Any minuses?
No minus.
1 dies.
Okay, that's a good start.
So I do want the scouts to die. You either have to attack and kill everything, or keep my captain alive.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'll be able to fall back and open fire, light you up.
So the Lord will go into the scouts again, using his very base attacks.
Cheese, utter cheese.
I probably shouldn't have charged with the Lord, and that would have assured
Yes.
what I wanted, but mistakes were made. Okay,
He gets to reroll.
I'm not going to.
He must. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But you do get a death to the false emperor.
Once again, it's optional.
Oh, we're doing all the cheesy interpretations
cheesy.
today.
What? There's
Please
all-
comment below on Mike's cheese. His utter cheese fest.
Hey, I'm playing Night Lords, it's okay. And then strength 4.
1 wound.
1 wound, no AP.
Do I have to take a save? Can I? Can I play your game? He's saved. He's saved.
Right.
I mean, I'm totally okay if you don't want to kill my lord and my scouts.
Well-
I'm totally on board with that situation. So we're going to do some consolidations and attacks here.
Yeah.
And we're going to see much more cheese on display.
Much more.
Much more cheese on
Trust
display from Mike here. So the cheese fest continues. So my warlord is currently -2 leadership. So he's leadership 7. And there's also apparently, I'm going a lot on faith here, Mike. Apparently a new stratagem for the Night Lords, meaning, is it 1 CP?
1 CP.
So if your leadership is higher, you get +1 to hit.
Yeah, and it's on a per model basis.
Okay, so that is means that he will, because he's leadership 8.
Yes.
8 base.
All of the World Battalions are leadership 8 base. Yes.
So that's fine. So you will get +1 to hit against my captain, which you play. How many CP are you down to?
3 now.
3. Oh, there's a lot of filth going on here. There's a lot of filth.
Oh,
Let's see.
Just you wait. So first of all, I'm going to do the guy that has to hit the scouts.
Yes.
So he has 2 attacks.
So the stratagem, is it played on one of my units or played on your unit?
Mine.
So he will get +1 to hit.
Who, sorry?
So
he'll get
he will
+1
get
to hit.
+1 to
Yeah,
hit
he'll
against
get
the
+1 to hit.
scouts. That's fine.
He's not using his lightning claws. The rest of them will.
Filth.
So he doesn't get the extra attack for it. Cool, so a 2
1 death.
will hit. I'm not going to get the extra attack because I don't want
Let's check if you have to. I don't know what the wording is on that.
So that's 2 hits.
So I shouldn't have used that CPV roll because I could have used it to fail some of these saves.
He's strength 4, so that's 2 failed wounds.
2 failed wounds. Excellent. So
the plan.
those, I mean, to be in all honesty, you could wrap the scouts anyway without killing them.
That's true.
So,
I might not have to spend the CP.
yeah, so you're probably not going to have to spend it on the stratagem because you could wrap them anyway if you kill my captain.
Right, so are you ready?
I think you're just making these rules up as you go.
This is where it gets really silly.
I mean, you always beat me anyway, mate. There's no way to invent rules just to beat me.
So one of these can't attack because they're not in range.
Yep.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this captain.
He's going to tank them and you're going to look like a fool. You're
I mean,
gonna
if he
look
does,
like an
I will
utter
be amazed. So they're each popping 3 attacks each,
Yes.
except for the championing as an extra one. So we've got 7 in there, so that's...
So that was a lot of advanced level maths there. 25 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
I can re-roll all of my hits. Now this is where the cheese gets expanded.
I mean, does it matter?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it.
First wave here. Right, okay. So this is something that you will see on a competitive level. So that was a 5.
Is this a new thing?
It's not really a new thing, but it's something that you can do. So I can re-roll all hit rolls, not just failed ones. So I'm going to re-roll all of these.
To try and get more death to the false emperors? Okay, that makes...
And because of my +1 to hit, it's 5s.
Yeah, so the power allows you to re-roll all failed, or is it the
These I
strategy?
use when I set them up.
Got you. So it wasn't
re-roll all
wasted,
hits.
because your lord would only allow you to re-roll ones.
That's right.
Got you, got you.
Right, okay, so efficient for 5s and 6s. Thankfully, I've rolled a few more to make it worth it, and we've only missed twice.
See, this is the sort of high-level competitive cheese that you come to make for, that you come to make to learn.
So we've got 14 extra attacks.
Right, we'll do the gallon of extra attacks, and we'll come back with the wound rolls.
Yeah.
So that was 37 hits with 21 attacks. And he decided to pop veterans as well, because apparently rerolling to wound wasn't enough. You wanted your +1 as well. So this will be wounding on 4s with rerolls.
Yes. So I'll do some of it at a time.
Yeah. We'll come back with how... it was a poor start, so I'm glad you got the rerolls. We'll come back with how many wounds I have to tank on my 3-up save. So that was 28 wounds on my captain, and oh look! I rolled all my saves and they all came up 6s. If Mike's allowed to make up new rules and stratagems, that's one of mine. But no, so that is 28 wounds on my captain. He's got 4 remaining and he needs 3 ups. So these will be... If I make all these, I will laugh heartily.
I won't.
Yep. I fail. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5.
Just enough.
Oh!
Just enough.
I mean, I was joking, but bloody hell. That was an amazing roll. If I hadn't have blown up your Molifiend...
Yeah, you would have lived.
I could have rerolled... Oh, that is...
I would have been so livid.
Oh, yeah.
After that. Jeez.
Damn. Okay, I was not expecting it to be that close. But I'll take that. So he is dead. So I've got 7 CP left. Do you know what? I think I'll spend the 2 to fight after death.
Why not?
Because, yeah, you're locked in combat. Yeah. So the more of these I can kill, the better. So I'll spend the 2 CP to fight in death, because you don't have any more attacks left.
No.
You've attacked living. So we'll do my attacks with my Lord. Hitting on 3s, everything into the Warp Talons. Hitting on 3s, reroll, that's all hits.
Nice.
Wounding on 2s. That is 2, 4, 5.
5.
5, 6 ups? 5
4
ups?
up invuns.
Oh, you've got 4 up invuns now. Yep. I do kill...
2 die.
Oh, I forgot you do invuns. Probably not worth it. But 2 out of 8 is not too bad. We will... How long does that power last for? To the start of your next cycle phase?
Until my next cycle phase.
That's fine. So if I want to charge in, it's going to do some damage there. We'll do the rest of my attacks back and let you know what happens. Rest of the combat, the scouts managing to kill 1 more of the Warp Talons, so killing 5 in total.
3 total. Only 3.
Oh yeah, 3, sorry, I only killed 2. I wounded 5 times, my Lord. Chaplain actually doing okay over here. He did 3 wounds on the Lord and he managed to fail 2 saves.
Yeah.
Meaning he's down to 1 wound remaining on his Warlord, so this could bring it back for me as well. We have no more fights to go on. These guys are now wrapped up. So I can, you don't have to use your alleged stratagem, but no morale test for me. But the cards you will draw, we will measure up actually, because we need to measure up for Area Denial.
Yeah.
So coming back to the scores, unfortunately his hidden card was Kingslayer. Area Denial, there's no one within 6, but there are several units within 12. So you will score 1 point for Assassinate, 1 for Area Denial, and you'll get D3 for Kingslayer. Please roll a 1, and you roll a 2. So that takes you to 11 points. To my 7.
12.
Oh yes, Warlord as well. So 12 to 7. Don't want to say Mike's storming ahead with this, but he's doing not too shabby at the moment. I foolishly sacrificing my Warlord for no real gain there. So we'll come back with the cards I decide to activate for my turn on turn 3. Just an amendment, we did have some morale there. Because I'm -2 leadership from the nearby Night Lord unit, I could lose 1, but I rolled a 5 for morale, so I'm fine. And the Warp Talons also didn't lose any. So we will go into the cards I draw for my turn. Starting my turn, I'm going to activate the Assault Doctrine at the start of my 3rd turn. I'm going to play Secure Objective 4, Secure Objective 2, and I'm going to activate this as well, but I'm going to keep that hidden for the moment. So where it is, Secure 4's there, Secure 2 is there, which I can fall back with my Chaplain and grab that, or move up the attack bike, but I mean either one. One of the two is going to go for it. And, oh, canticles. Let's go for Canticle of Rerolls, whatever it's called, on the chaplain, which goes off, because I'm probably not going to be putting him into combat. So we will come back with my movement phase, where I decide to go with this squad here. Movement phase, my captain advanced up, getting a 6, doing quite a lot of movement in towards the unit. The lieutenant only getting a 1, so him a bit further back. The intercessors and scouts moving up to help out here, because there really isn't much left in range to shoot. The attack bike moving to secure the objective. Tactical marines moving out to screen my back line, as he's still got a unit of 15 raptors in reserve. Librarian moving up in order to smite, and he'll be closest to Lord, who's on 1 wound remaining. The chaplain falling back and activating his thing, falling back on objective, bringing in my reserves over here to go after a variety of units. I think I've got a few I can go after to hopefully do some damage. I was going to go in here against the Molophine, but they probably won't do that much against him. So if I can take out his Psyker and a few more units, that will be particularly useful. Especially if my sniper attacks can actually do anything to damage them. I should have held on to Scour the Skies, but the odds of actually doing a lot of damage. We'll charge in over here against the Raptors, hopefully with between shock. Your 4-up invuln only really matters against the captain, because the shock assault will be giving me -1, and the 2 damage will be quite, well, useless against them, but quite useful in that hopefully being able to do a fair bit of damage, because I assume that you have to keep attacking with the same weapon, so your Lord will just be with his chainsword. His Lord and his Molophines will be their combat weapons. The Possessed I'm not going after at the moment. They could cause me some problems if I fail my charge, but in all honesty, they can take out the chaplain on 1 wound, but after he's got me that objective, he's pretty much done. So hopefully being able to do some work there to do some damage to them. We'll see if I can just ignore them at this point. Over here, the attack bike hoping to put some shots into the Lord Discordant and do some damage, as well the scout bikers. So that's my movement phase. We'll now move on to kind of an important psychic phase. We will start the psychic phase with a smite from my jump pack librarian, which will be hitting his Chaos Lord and killing him, his Warlord.
You can try. He's been around thousands of years.
If I do so, unfortunately I couldn't get out of range of his other one to deny it. So you will have a chance if I don't roll well. And I roll a 7. Do you know what? Is it worth the CP? Because then I can't cast Ride the Winds. And it is Warlord, so I think it's probably worth it. If I kill him, it's Warlord. So we'll go for a CP reroll on that. 9. So that's a 9.
Well, obviously you have to try, right?
Yeah.
So, boss man here, 10.
No, he fails. I didn't need the reroll after all. So he kills the Warlord. Takes 1 wound from him, calls Warlord. What other power will I do on him? Let's do Storm Wreath. No, actually I'll come back to him because I don't have to deny everything at once. So we will then go with Ride. We'll go with Ride the Winds from him on that unit, because he gets +1 to cast.
Okay.
So yeah, that makes more sense rather than going from other librarian who can maybe just do a smite or something. So Ride the Winds passes with an 8, so that's fine. And then my other librarian, I can either do Ignore Overwatch Fire or just another smite. Let's measure up, and I may actually do a smite on them. So looking at this, we're going to go for a smite. The only other power I have is Storm Wreath, which means you can't fire Overwatch, which really isn't an issue within. So we'll go for a smite, needing a 6 to cast into his Master Possessed. It goes off on an 11. Well, honestly, if I kill him, I've not really much left I can charge. So
go for it.
They'll be wasted. And it does 3. 3 mortal wounds on him, so he's down to 1. And I've got some tasty sniper rifles looking quite tasty there. Some nice sniper rifles. So that is the psychic phase. We will decide what I'm doing with the shooting phase. Shooting phase, we're going to start putting the snipers into the Master Possessed, who's basically the only target in range they can attack. Hitting on 3s. That is 4 hits. I just need 1/6 to kill him. But wounding on 4s. Drop 1. Wounding on 4s. That's 1/6. He's dead. So they do kill him. Yeah, so Master is dead. Does mean I've got a bit more of a risky charges with some of the guys over here, but we're okay with that. That should be fine. Other shooting, we will start with the multi-melter into the Lord Discordant. That is a hit. That is not a wound. Let us... I've got 4 CP left. Let's spend one of them.
Okay.
And we will go with re-rolling that, because that was a 1. And that's 5. That is a wound.
It was a wound. Well, this is a save.
It is a save. So the multi-melter, and sorry, the bolter going into the cultist. Yeah. I should have said. We'll do some more shooting, come back to you, see what's alive. Shooting phase, doing okay. Managing to kill the cultists with some firepower. The scouts taking out the Master Possession. The lone tactical marine dying to, I think, a bolter or storm bolter. I actually managed to take quite a few wounds with intercessors and bolter shells off of the Disco Lord over here. I'm managing to kill one of the possessed and do a few wounds on them. Much of my army, the scouts and the intercessors over here, couldn't fire because they weren't in range of anyone. Thunderfire taking a wound off these guys. So that is my shooting done. Not hugely effective, annoyingly. Again, both missile launchers doing nothing against the Lord Discordant, completely missing. One missed because he moved, the other rolled like a 1 to hit. Not worth the CP, I've got 3 left. I'm going to start the charge phase with, I believe, I'll play another point, so I'm down to 2 for the 3d6 charge, and I'm going to put them into the Lord Discordant.
Yep. Is it an 11? Yeah, it's an 11.
Yeah, but I'm +2 to my charge because I got my power off. So I'm going to need a 9 to get these in. We'll do the Overwatch. I would charge in the Librarian who has no Overwatch on him. Oh no, it was on them.
Yeah.
It was, so you can't fire Overwatch. I forgot I cast it on them.
No, you didn't cast it.
No, oh no, it was a +2. Yeah. That's right. It was. I decided
because there wasn't any real shooting. He's only got an autocannon.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So we'll do my charges.
Come on, fail for the Dark Gods.
Oh, I mean that sucks. That couldn't have gone worse.
No. So
that is 6 inches. I'm probably not going to waste the CP because I need a 6 to get in. So they could be in problems. They do this every time. Every time I would have made a 9-inch. I would have. Well, no, I wouldn't have. I would have struggled. I would have needed a 7. Yeah. So we're going to save the CP because I want to do my charges over here.
For the Dark Gods.
I actually might charge him with the Librarian to see if I can do some damages. Because do you get bonuses to charge if you charge?
Yes. So his main weapon becomes strength ×2 instead of +2.
Right.
It's not a huge bonus.
How many attacks does he get?
He'll get 5 with his main weapon, 5 with the vehicle, 2 with his tentacles, and 1 with the tail.
I wonder if you'll just kill the Librarian.
Probably would.
You probably would.
But
So
then, I could do that next turn anyway.
It's probably not worth it just to lose him on this. At least I can hold him up there. Right, we're going to do the charges over here. We're going to put the captain is going to go into the Raptors.
Yeah.
Work Talons, sorry. He's going to go in. He doesn't need much, thankfully. Yeah, 7's enough to get him in, and we'll do the other charges as well from the scouts, the intercessors, and the lieutenant. So, rest of the combats, I managed to get my squads in here, apart from the lieutenant. So, he's only got 1 CP left, so not enough to interrupt. So, I may as well do my attacks. The captain will be getting 5 attacks on the charge. Hitting on 3s, all into the Warp Talons. Oh. Couple of 2s, that's unfortunate. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. We only have a 5 with him right now because you.
I killed him, of course. No, 2 more die.
Doesn't really matter where I take these from.
Yep. So we'll do the rest of our attacks and see if there are any left at the end. End of the fight phase. As you can see, there's a lot less there than I would like. So the intercessors were able to kill the warp talons off with their attacks. The Maelstrom could then pile into them. I actually managed to kill 4 of the intercessors in combat, horrendously. And the Lord managed to kill 2, so that was pretty effective. So morale test for the lone guy.
Yeah.
It's a 9, that's a fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4's a fail as well, so I'll lose him.
Because you're -1 as well.
Yep, so I lose him, unfortunately. That was quite annoying, losing that entire squad. They do a lot of work in combat now, intercessors. They do some damage.
I got very lucky with his 4-up to hit.
You did. You got very lucky, a lot of hits. And I fail on my charge on 3d6 yet again. So at the end of my turn, I only managed to kill 5 enemy units. So I didn't get that magical... Had they made the charge against the Lord Discordant, I might have got my D3 plus 3. It was a long shot, but it was going to be okay. So I will get no prisoners for D3. For 1. Can I reroll that? For 1, and I'll get secure objective 4 and secure objective 2, taking me to... I was on 7, so that will be 10. 10 points to... 12. Oh no, 11 points to 12 because I scored Warlord as well. Did kill your Warlord. So it's 11 points to 12 going into Mike's turn 3. Unfortunately, a lot of my forces here melted just from return attacks from the Maelstrom. He was doing some work there, and now I was hoping to keep him tied up, but my captain's now in a precarious position, as is my backline. Although I've screened against the Talons coming in, but still, this squad line here with the possessed coming near them is going to be problematic. So we will start with what cards Mike can draw for his third turn. Okay, so for his cards he draws no prisoners, claim the spoil, so score an objective held by your opponent, and he's keeping 1 secret, which I've closed my eyes. Is that the right way up?
That's the right way up.
So that's his secret one, which I can't see if you turn it back over.
Yeah.
Great, eyes are open. So he's already in the lead by 1 point, and he's probably getting no prisoners. He's probably getting that, because I'm currently sitting on 2 he can claim, not even by killing me. And then depends what the secret one is. So again, could be a bit of trouble for me. You've certainly been doing well with the cards so far, and which ones to choose.
That's the thing, is you pick your deck of 18.
You do pick the good ones. So getting off Kingslayer and Priority Orders that's like an extra. Well, Priority Orders like three points essentially, which is unfortunate. So we'll see what he decides to do for his movement. And again, failed charge with these guys was frustrating, because had I killed the Lord Discordant, I would have got 6 kills and got D3 plus 3 to put me back in the game, but rolling a 3 and 2 1s for their charge was most unfortunate. I wanted to save the CP to get in over here for all the good it's done me, in all honesty, but we'll come back and see what he decides to press. Movement phase, Lord Discordant moving around here, the Possessed moving up towards objective, the Forge World Drop Pod of Filth moving over here, the Captain, the Lord, don't sully it with a Captain title, the Chaos Lord moving backwards, the the Raptors coming in here, and the Maelstrom just sitting there, basically. So these guys coming in within 6 of the Warlord, hoping to do some damage there. No Psychic phase to speak of, because your Master of Possessed died like a punk, like an absolute punk. Jeez. So shooting phase.
Shooting phase.
What have we got?
We've got a load of pistols. We've got a grenade.
Yes.
We've got an autocannon. So first off, we're going to do the autocannon into the Librarian.
Okay.
Ba-bang.
That is 1 hit.
Ba-bang.
That is 1 wound.
God, he's actually wounded.
He's actually done something this game. And that's a save. So he has done he's killed some scout vehicles so far, but he's probably going to kill a bit more. Right, we'll get the rest of the shooting done, come back and see what is left. Rest of the shooting, Plasma Pistols managing to kill 1 of the Vanguard veterans. The pistols actually managed to do 8 wounds, 8 wounds, but I only failed 2, losing a couple. Lord threw a frag grenade into the scouts but did no damage, choosing not to fire with the drop pod because it would hit his Possessed and a few other things, so choosing not to risk that. So with that, Your turn is over. You do not score no prisoners. You do not score. We do score claim the spoil. So charge phase. What are we starting with?
We will kick off with the drop pod into this guy and these two.
Okay. Well, the drop pod can charge. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do the Overwatch, but I'm not going to kill it. So he gets to go. I mean, I don't know why you're charging with him first. I have no Overwatch to speak of, so.
So I'm just getting him out of the way, to be honest.
We'll do a crack grenade and we'll do some other stuff.
Within an inch there.
End of the charge phase, Lord Discordant going into these two guys. Again, I think my missile launchers have done nothing this entire game.
Yeah.
Had they actually managed to hit or wound anything, he might have been in trouble. Over here, a lot of charges going in against my Vanguard Veterans and my Terminator. And then the Molephine going into my Captain Scouts and the Chaos Lord following them in. So if you weren't already winning, I think this would seriously turn the game. I'm not going to have much left on the board in terms of firepower, effective firepower, or combat ability to take on your hard hitters. So I think this is probably going to decide the game at this point. Fight phase, who are we beginning with? I do have 2 CP left. Okay, I'm going to use his last CP in the Raptors to give them the +1 to hit against units that are low leadership. I'm currently on -3 leadership.
-4, sorry, because you're within an inch of a raptor.
Oh, okay, so -4 then. So I was going to say I can use the chaplain's leadership, but I think that's still only...
-4 would
still.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to do the attacks here, and probably have a lot of dead...
It's a lot of attacks.
A lot of dead guys, so we'll come back with them. So, we have 36 attacks going into my Vanguard Veterans. Off camera, the Power Fist actually hit twice and rolled a double 1 to wound. So I was saying if you can continue to do that for the rest of the phase, that would be wonderful. So hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
That's some good hits. No, you're not in range to reroll anymore.
I'm still within 6.
Oh, you
guy because he fell. He didn't.
Jakey. You're being jakey with your rolls. So we'll come back with the wind rolls.
Yeah.
So that's 53 hits. Thanks, because death, he's got +1 to hit, so Death to the False Emperor activates on 5s.
Yeah.
So 53 hits, only 4s to win though, so I've got a chance. Got a good chance here. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh in my face.
I'm laughing at how...
My captain almost survived.
It's true. It's true.
So 4s to win.
4s to win.
This is only a fraction of them.
Oh god.
That's... oh god, you only failed a few.
No, I meant... Oh god, so
yeah.
many.
So we'll come back with the number of saves.
Just over half, I think.
29 wounds.
Only 29.
Only 29, and I have 8 guys left. 7 left. I'll just roll your traitorous dice.
Yeah.
If I can even fit them all in my hand. You tool. You dick. We're saving on 3s. I can't even shake them. They're compacted in my hand. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a bloody good.
Oh, 1 survives. Unbelievable. I mean, he's going to die to morale. Unless I spend 2 CP to keep him alive, he's going to die to morale. So, we'll do... Right, do you want to do the Molephine? I'm not going to interrupt. I'm not going to spend the CP to interrupt. So we'll do the Molephine attacks, and then we can do the rest off camera.
So, 4s. Rerolling the 1.
Oh, you don't get deaths? Yes.
Don't get deaths.
Oh, only 3.
2s.
Only 2?
2.
What's the damage on these?
3.
So I need to make at least one of these. Yeah. I make both. He's fine. So we'll do the rest of the attacks and we'll come back. Oh, his tentacles. Oh, come on.
Reroll once.
Stop it with your hitting on 4s.
3s. Okay, there you go. 3.
3 more.
These are 2 damage.
These are 2 damage. So I do need to make at least one of these.
Yeah.
And I make them all. Nice. I'm going to keep these dice for my saves. So we'll do the rest of the attacks, I'll remove my casualties, and we'll let you know what the situation is here. It's not going to be good, I think. So, the Possessed, the drop pod attacked the Chaplain, managed to kill him. The Possessed into the Librarian, only taking 3 wounds. The Lord Discordant killing the attack bike, but then actually only managing to do 2 wounds on the Librarian. The Molephines, as we say, failing to do any damage. The Lord killing off the Scouts. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to go. I really thought I was going to lose a lot more units. So I will do my attacks back, and we will come back and see who is remaining. Okay, so The Vanguard Veteran and the Librarian attacking the Possessed, actually managing to kill, what, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, kill, thanks. The other Librarian actually managed to take 4 wounds from the Lord Discordant. 1 got through, but then I rolled a 3 for my D3, getting +1 for Shock Assault. My Captain then attacked the Molefiend, getting 5 hits and 5 wounds. Thought, great, dead Molefiend. Then this is what Mike rolled for his saves. He made every single invulnerable save. Because he's a dick. That's why he made them all. No, annoyingly, because that would have been 5 damage per wound. Only 2 of them would have killed him, I think, or 3.
Yeah.
But I would have seriously put a dent in them. But now, unfortunately, I am. Yeah, you're annoying. No, it's fine. Just fine. So we actually. In all honesty, we thought this game was going to be over, so he showed me his hidden card, because I thought he's going to get the 6 units and get D3 plus 3, there's no way I can catch this. But actually, he will get, I mean, to be honest, the game's probably still over. You will get 3 points for the Long War, because you did kill... 3, well...
his morale.
His morale will take, unless I spend my last... How many did you kill? So you killed the scouts... You killed the attack by the chaplain, so yeah, you didn't kill 6, but you'll definitely kill 3. So morale will take care of him. You'll get 3 points for that. You will get D3 for claiming the spoil because the drop pod is currently holding it. So do you want to roll your D3? 1. Okay. Cool. And no prisoners, you will get D3 as well for 3. So that is 7 points, taking it to 19 points to 11 for the Night Lords. I think this game's pretty much over, but we'll play on and see. I literally don't think I have enough cards left to catch you. So yeah, 19 points to 11, going into White Scar's turn 4. Starting my 4th turn, looking at what I've got left, I'm picking Secure Objective 5 because I'm sitting on it. Big Game Hunter because... Unless something goes wrong, the Lord Discordant's dying this turn. He's down to 4 wounds now. And then let's risk it on Mission Critical, because the only other 2 cards I had were these. And I could potentially get them, but it wouldn't be tactically sound. So let's go for Mission Critical 3, which I'll probably get, but I'll only get 1 point for. So I'm still losing, but you know what? I'm going to take some of these guys down with me. Hopefully I can hold on long enough to actually... do some work here. We'll see what happens. Movement phase, Librarian falling back, the Scout Bikers moving up, the Lord falling back, and then the Lieutenant advancing, and the Intercessors moving up to grab this objective here. So we are going to start the Psychic phase with a Smite from the Librarian beside the Lord Discordant. And he gets a 12. I'm going to have to reroll one of these because, quite frankly, I don't want him to kill himself. 9. So a 9's good enough, and D3 for 1. That's annoying. That is most annoying. He's not going to cast another power. The other Librarian is not going to smite because he's only got 2 wins left. And quite frankly, I don't want to kill myself as well. Let's see what I would have got. Yeah, I would have done alright, but that's fine. So we'll do the Psychic phase there. He's down to 3 wins remaining. But that's frustrating, but hopefully I can do enough damage to kill him. So we will go into the shooting phase then for the other units. Going to start, the Lieutenant's going to put his Mastercrafted Bolter into your Lord there.
Yep.
Beside him. So hitting on 3s. Yep, wounding on 4s. It's double 3. That's perfect. Just perfect there, guys. Right, we'll do a crack grenade from the the Librarian, into the Lord Discordant. That's a hit. That is a wound at -1. That is a save. That is fine. So we'll do the rest of my shooting and come back and see what is left. Hoping to take out that Lord there, or at least damage him with some Mastercrafted Bolters, but that's fine. We will move on and see what I can do. Rest of the shooting, Scout Bikers doing a couple of wounds on the Lord Discordant. The snipers actually managed to finish him off with a couple of mortal wounds. Rest of the firepower going into the Molifiend over here managed to take 4, I think, off him in total. Again, stupid missile launcher, hit and wounded, but then he made his invulnerable save, or armour save, it doesn't matter which one. So, with that done, we will move into the charges. Actually, do I want to charge your Lord? Has he got a 4-up invuln?
Yeah, 4-up.
Don't want to go into these guys, because if you kill my Librarian, you're pretty much tied up. You're not going anywhere. Or I could kill your Lord. Ooh. Do you know what? That was probably foolish putting the Captain so far over. Captain will declare, because I've got Big Game Hunter for killing the Lord Discordant. I've got the 2 objectives I need. I've got objective 5, I've got objective 3. So, I want to kill your Lord or kill your Raptors, because your Raptors will probably take out my guy there, but then not really doing much afterwards. Yeah, we'll put my Lieutenant, we'll declare a multi-charge. Actually, no, because you'll have to go back and deal with me. Oh, sorry, just thinking out loud there. So you're going to have to come deal with them if you want them to. We're going to put both of these guys into the Raptors.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and that will be all. And Scout Bikers might try a long charge, but I don't think they're in range. So we'll come back with the fight phase. So both the Captain and Lieutenant made it in. Captain is going to be doing... Ah, you're killing me here. Killing me. 2 hits only. 2 wounds, though. 2 die. Oh no, minus 4.
Oh, it's minus 4.
Minus 4.
Yeah.
So 2 die. The Lieutenant, I believe, gets 4 attacks. 5 plus 1 charge. So yeah, stop rolling 2s there, Captain. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. What is it with the 2s? What is it with the 2s this turn?
They're scared.
Wounding on 3s. That's 4 wounds at minus 2. Oh, no, minus 3 with the axe. So 4 more die. And then we'll select the Librarian's attack. He gets 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Everything into the Raptors. Yep, wounding on 3s. 3 more at minus 2. So kills 2 more.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. That could be a morale issue.
Definitely a morale issue.
Definitely a morale issue. So that's my fights done. We will pile in here to these guys. So how many did you lose?
7.
7.
So we're gonna, on a 1 we don't lose any, but it's gonna be tough.
Damn your Molifiend for surviving. Damn him for making all his 5-ups. So that's it. That's all my attacks. Oh yeah, you get your attacks
we
back.
do get to attack dice, yeah.
No, I'm kiboshing that.
Post-advantage.
After you make 5-up invulns, I am kiboshing you getting any bonuses. So we'll do the attacks back and decide who's
yeah.
doing what.
Cool. So
Morale phase, Mike rolled a 5, losing 4 more of his Raptors. Not too bad, but still not great. So I will score I'll score all my objectives.
Yeah.
So I'll score all of them, taking it to 14 points to 19 at this point. So we'll see what Mike will do on turn 4. Oh, sorry, should say the rest of the attacks he killed my Lieutenant and my Librarian, but was unable to wound the Captain. Turn 4 movement for the Night Lords, the Possessed, moving up to take on this Captain. They're going to die like punks, we have agreed. The Raptors moving back to get the objective. The Cheese Drop Pod moving up here to do some weapons fire. And then the Captain and the stupid Invincible Molifiend moving up to mince some Intercessors. Oh, for his cards, he selected Scour the Skies and Witch Hunter, which you'll get for killing Librarian. And he's hiding one, like a punk. Because you're already 8 points ahead at this, or 9 points ahead at this stage. Why hide one? So he is hiding one, which I imagine is secure objective 2. Could be. Well, I can't stop you scoring that, even if it is. So, no psychic phase to speak of. Nope. Shooting phase.
Yep, we're gonna do the flame jets from the cheesy drop pod.
Yep. Forgeward Filth on the...
So, hits everything within 6.
Yep.
It's D6. So the Librarian.
1.
3.
Ooh.
Strength 6.
So 3s.
And -1. So
Only 2, so he could survive this.
I'll just check it's not -2.
No, you said -1. We're leaving it in that. And I fail both.
Oh, no.
It doesn't matter what it is, he's dead. So, the Scout Bikers.
Scout Bikers.
6. Man.
3s. 3 at -1.
3 minus 1.
It's -1.
Single damage?
Yeah.
I fail all of them as well. So that is... Wow. Great. I mean, your shooting phase isn't really effective, but when it needs to be... Other shooting?
Yep, we're going to overcharge some plasma pistols at him.
Yep.
So the Sergeant's overcharged plasma pistol hits.
Hits.
The other guy...
Misses, but he doesn't kill himself.
2 up to wound.
It fails to wound.
Okay, and then the normal pistol.
Hits.
Wounds.
Wounds. Saved.
Cool.
Saved down to 3.
We'll chuck a crack grenade at the intercessors.
Yep.
Lord. He hits on a 2. He wounds on a 6.
He wounds, so -1.
Yeah.
That has failed. D3 damage.
3. 1
No.
damage.
Only 1, so that's fine. Right. Combat.
Charges.
Yes.
They will charge him.
Crack grenade. Misses, but rerolls thanks to himself. And misses. They are in. And then I'm assuming the Mauler Fiend into the...
Yep, Morphine is the intercessors.
Right, we'll do the Overwatch and the rest. Is the drop pod going in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do those Overwatch off camera and come back to you with the fight phase. So everyone managed to get into combat. The Mauler Fiend taking 1 wound from Overwatch fire. The Possessed now attacking the Captain. I don't have enough CP left to interrupt. Only getting 1 attack each on their base, but 2 thanks to Shock Assault, or whatever the Chaos version is known as.
Yep.
So that is 6 hits, 7 hits, thanks to Death of the False Emperor. Wounding on 3s. That is only 2. 2. That could have gone better. Could have gone much better. Both saved.
Cool.
So he will survive for that. And we'll do the rest of the attacks and see if there's anything left alive after this. Rest of the attacks, the Lord actually only managing to kill 2 of the intercessors, but the Mauler Fiend finishing off another 3. Scout Biker managed to take 2 wounds off of this guy, thanks to the Shock Assault. Captain then attacked, doing 5 hits and 4 wounds on the Possessed. And once again, this is what Mike rolled for his invuln saves. Starting to piss me off, man. Starting to piss me off. So, they all survived, but they didn't do any damage. They actually only managed a couple of wounds on the Captain, which I saved. So, not too bad. So, at the end of your turn, you will score Witch Hunter and Scour the Skies, unfortunately. Supremacy. So, yeah, just measuring that. You will get the D3 for Supremacy. If you're a 3-man, I will lose my... No, only a 2. Oh, that makes things better. So, unfortunately, killing... enough wounds to kill the Librarian, he will score 4 points this turn, taking it to 23 points to 14. I honestly don't think I have enough cards left to win this game. I think, let me double check. So, looking at the cards I have remaining, the maximum number I can score is 5. So I will still lose by 4 points, even if I score every single card I have. So what I have is Secure 6, which I'm not getting, because it's way over the other side of the board. Area Denial, which I could possibly get, but it's worth a maximum of 3. Blood and Guts, which, if you keep rolling your saves like this, I'm never getting. Can't do Master of the Warp. Overwhelming Firepower is going to be tough. And Secure 3 is going to be tough, because I don't have anything really nearby it that can grab it. So we'll just call the game there. I think, because there's no point playing it.
Do you want to resolve this?
Not really. If you're going to keep rolling invul saves like this, we're not. We'll just call it there, because I can't actually. It's impossible for me to win the game, annoyingly. So yeah, that's a win for the Night Lords and their alleged new stratagems. Alleged. I'm going to go Google some of these after. So we'll come back to you with some after battle thoughts for the game. So, thanks to Mike for another fun game. I'm going to beat you one of these days, I swear.
One day.
If I don't keep making stupid tactical errors.
If I don't keep rolling like a god.
If you don't keep rolling like that. So, going over the game, you're a fan of the new Maelstrom rules?
I love them. I love the way that I can change my deck so I don't have to play Drunk Commander and run around and capture Objective 6 when it's on the other side of the board. I obviously chose a deck full of kill things cards. Which I was confident I could do enough to get those points.
I mean, so did I. I chose secure objective 1 to 6.
Yeah.
And I everything else was basically kill or stuff that I could easily control.
Yeah.
Like you, I'm a big fan of the new Maelstrom games. I like Maelstrom anyway, but I think removing a lot of the element of randomness does make it more predictable, which sometimes isn't as good, but at other times
I think it's a better show of skill. Personally.
It is a better show of skill because you get to choose cards. The one change I'd maybe make is I would still play it, you draw 3. The draw 5, choose 3, I think you're already stacking your deck pretty heavily in your favour. You're essentially taking half the cards.
Yeah.
So getting to choose basically means unless you get unlucky, you're going to score 3 every turn.
Yeah.
Which I did get unlucky sometimes. I would say I drew them in the wrong order. I had Scour the Skies. I could probably get that against a lot of your units, just not on turn 1 because most of them were in reserve.
Yeah.
So what also didn't help me was you had... Again, there's a little disparity, which I'm not complaining about, because I'm not one to complain about Maelstrom disparity. There is a disparity in the total number of points we could score thanks to some of your bonus cards.
Yeah.
So Priority Orders was great. Getting that in turn 1 was very effective.
Yeah.
And some of the Chaos-specific ones, so you weren't rolling... score D3 points for holding an objective that I was holding is... When it's not even random, like Mission Crit, I get that for Mission Crit.
Yeah.
And they also score flat 3 if you kill more than 3 Imperial units, which you almost got the 6.
Yeah,
in all
what I
honesty.
should say is the new book, I believe, has tactical objectives per legion.
Okay.
But I don't know what those are. So
that's fine.
Chaos.
So yeah, no, it was a good game overall. Up to turn 2, I was feeling really confident because I had a pretty decent first turn. I pretty much killed most of your infantry.
Yeah.
I think you had a few infantry squads left. Managed to slow down a couple of your
that was big. Slowing down
vehicles. Firing twice with a Thunderfire and Tremor Shells, especially when you're hitting on a 2. Doesn't matter if you don't wind it, it's stupid good.
Yeah.
Again, missile launchers, I don't think did a single thing the whole game.
No.
In 4 turns, they failed to do a single wound, either through a combination of terrible rolls or saves. I think
I only had to make 1 save against them.
Yes. I think I'd probably drop them for Plasma, or just drop them at all. To be honest, I'd rather have more units of Intercessors, but I simply don't have the models at the moment.
Yeah.
So they were no good. The Sniper Scouts, I
really liked them this game.
I have games where they do nothing at all, and then games like this where I was putting out 1 or 2 mortal wounds a turn.
Yeah.
Very effective, very effective. As I say, I normally say to Mike beats me a lot, and whenever I face Mike, I don't feel I get beaten because of the dice. I feel I get outplayed a lot of the times. I think this game was skirting the guidelines for that, annoyingly. So I made a few. I'll admit I made a few tactical errors. I think sending my Warlord after a Mauler Fiend was stupid. It put him out in the open. It meant your reserves could come in and kill him, and I really didn't need to kill that Mauler Fiend. I could have just Tremor Shelled it, or not dealt with it, just tied it up with scouts.
Yeah.
I think a better use would have been going after the Lord Discordant.
Yes.
Because I probably would have killed him. Well, based
unless
on...
I rolled the save.
Unless you were rolling hot saves. And then you would have struggled to bring in your reserves because I had a lot of units further forward.
Yeah. I think if you'd waited or sort of stalled till turn 3...
I don't know why, but I forgot how many reserves you had. Yeah. Like, I forgot how many points they were, plus your bonuses to off the charge.
Yeah.
If you're relying on a 9-inch charge, I would have been better, but a 9 on 3d6. And again, every game, I want big things from my Vanguard veterans, and they always just fluff it entirely.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'd probably been better taking the extra relic for the plume, so then at least they need a 6-inch charge if I get the power off. But even then, I really want to like Vanguard veterans, because I think with the White Scars they can do a lot of hurt, but it's just they're so unreliable. Even, I think I was unlucky with the 3d6, rolling 5 on 3d6, even though I don't get to add them. I needed a 7. Oh no, sorry, I killed your character, so I needed more than that. Had I kept him alive and gone after someone else, maybe.
You needed a 9.
I needed a 9. So that was unfortunate. I think had I kept my lord, my captain on the right hand side and gone after the Lord Discordant, then your reserves couldn't get to him. So that was a mistake on my part, and I think annoyingly, that turned the game, as well as the Mauler Fiend. This Mauler Fiend, I'd say he was your MVP. So first of all, he took out an entire unit of intercessors on his own.
Hitting on falls.
Then he tanked 5 wounds from my captain, which were doing 5 damage apiece. That was brutal. I don't actually think this captain done much the whole game.
No, not really.
The Possessed tanked everything.
Yeah.
He killed some raptors, and some warp talons, but that was about it. So, yeah, I'd hate to come up against a sort of optimised list for your Night Lords, because you were running quite a few, shall we say, subpar Chaos units at the moment.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because the new stuff obviously buffs jump pack units. The real hurt is that warp talons are 24 points each. And they've got 1 wound.
That's
grossly overcosted.
I think that's the problem for a lot of things in my army. I like the Vanguard veterans, but again, they're expensive for women. It's a shame because I like the stuff, but the Primaris just outshine.
Yeah.
Intercessors are so much better than Tactical Marines. It's not even funny. You even don't need. The Tactical Marines have more weapon options, but as I saw in this game, it doesn't help. I could not do anything. Whereas the -1 AP, on turn 2, when the Intercessors go up to -2 AP, they do work. They were, even your vehicles were threatened from them, and they did a lot of wounds on the Lord Discordant. And the 2 wounds each really, against small arms fire, is great. Or variable damage weapons. It doesn't help with your Mauler Fiends. But it was really good against them. So yeah, I think moving my list forward, I liked the Storm Talon actually. It was just... It was unfortunate it died to your jump pack captain, but if it wasn't for Scour, if it wasn't for behind enemy lines, I probably wouldn't have sent it as far into threat range, but I basically... Had I put it in one of the corners, it would have died next turn anyway, because I wouldn't have been able to deploy or move without going off the board, so... As I say, always play the objectives, but sometimes that 1 point for behind enemy lines was not worth giving up 5 or 4 for power orders. But again, that's the risk you take in Maelstrom.
Yeah.
I like the Storm Talon. I think I'll probably take that again. I think the Tactical Marines have to go. I have a unit
of Sniper Scouts.
Well, I have a unit of Infiltrators.
Okay, yeah, definitely take them.
Primaris, which I'm thinking of putting in. Sniper Scouts, I like. I've got some Eliminators for my Dark Angels. I haven't tried them yet, but I think Eliminators are the new hotness.
Yeah. Again,
the 1+ save and cover, and the different ammunition types.
Yeah.
I think are the ones, but the sniper. As I say, Sniper Scouts, they're very variable. They did a lot of work in this game, but I've had games where they have done nothing at all. So that is variable. So I think modifying... I like the 2 units of Scout Bikers to give me some good mobility.
Yeah, good screening and stuff.
The captain, the Biker captain actually didn't do... He normally does a lot more work in my games. He normally shreds enemy units, but unfortunately, as I say, in this game, I think I just threw him away. Had I kept him on the right flank, he would have done a lot more work, and had he got to charge your reserves, he probably would have done, with 6-7 attacks on the charge. He does a lot of work. He would have shredded them. So yeah, overall fun game. I think again outplayed. I think your dice helped contribute.
It did help.
Not initially. You did very poor, but your dice roll was fine. It was just all those 5-up invuns. That was like 10 invuns you made, and it was because it was all against the captain, who's doing 5 damage with his Thunderhammer. That is brutal.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the game. I think using some of these units, it's a lot of fun, deep striking and charging. Now that we have a reliable way to get in.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I still think Chaos units just need that more. And it's the trait, really. I mean, the Possessed really underperformed. But that's because I rolled 1s for their attacks.
The Possessed didn't do great, I must say. But yeah, if you roll high for them, I actually ended the game with a CP. So which is rare for me. I think for Space Marines, the triple battalion is incredible, given how good some of the troops are, like the intercessors, the infiltrators, the scout snipers or regular scouts, tactical marines. I basically only took because that's the only troops I really had left to take. So I think I'm probably going to paint up a couple units of infiltrators or two 5-man squads. Maybe get some more intercessors because with bolter discipline and doctrines, they are solid.
Yeah.
The Thunderfire is always amazing.
Thunderfire's too cheap, man.
Yeah, I like the 2 librarians. The Terminator librarian was useful.
To have more than one psyker is always useful, and I will be doing that at some point.
It's frustrating because had my Vanguard veterans got in, I maybe should have put them in at the Mauler Fiend. Because I wasn't going to waste them on the Mauler Fiend, but honestly, the 2 damage lightning claws at AP -3 probably would have done it, especially with the rerolls. The odds of wounding on a 5+ with the rerolls, that was probably the better option, I think. Because as it was, they didn't do anything; they just died. Unfortunately, so I think that will be the way to go next time. So, still refining the list. I think the Vanguard veterans are probably going to have to go simply because they're not.
The charge isn't reliable enough.
The charge isn't reliable. If the Primaris had a decent combat jump unit, I would be all over that. But at the moment, they don't. So I think, unfortunately, the Vanguard veterans are too pricey for what they can do. I probably would have been better keeping the plasma pistol ones. And just at least getting some shots off. At least if you're shooting, they can do something.
That's true.
Even if you don't make the charge. So I think that would be useful. So I guess you're looking forward to the new book with your Night Lords?
I really am. There's some really competitive soupy builds you can build in there, which I'm looking forward to. As
we say, you've got some really powerful stratagems, which on anything but chaos would probably cause outcry. Who am I kidding? They're still going to cause outcry.
Yeah, obviously.
But if I had some of those stratagems for Marines, if I had a 3D addition, additive 3d6 from reserve, I think people would lose it. People would lose it with the Marines. And if I had a stratagem that could stop you from falling back from combat,
well, I mean,
the Master of Snares is good, but it still relies on a roll.
People are already terrified of the Track Captain, right?
Yeah. The only bonus of him is you can potentially do it on multiple units, but even then it's unreliable.
So you could do it on multiple units with the Night Lords one, because you choose your own unit.
Oh, it's your own unit? I thought it was an enemy unit.
With a Warp Talon unit going 3d6 plus 2 with their charge, they could tie up so many units.
No, so I thought it was you pick one of my units that can't fall back. No, one of your units. Oh yeah, that's very powerful. That's
very
great.
Powerful.
So again, thanks to Mike for a fun game. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm sure we'll be seeing him again once the book is officially out. I can
cook up some film.
Well, he can. I do learn some new tricks every time I play Mike with my white scars. So I don't always remember them, but I do learn them. So thanks to him, and we'll come back to you next time. Thanks for watching.